Siege warfare is an integral part of Bannerlord. If you want a town or a castle, you have to work for it. Sieging a town or castle is the process of blocking all attackers in and preparing to take it by invading and killing all the defenders. We're going to look at the two parts of siege warfare, preparing for a siege and the actual battle. Let's get started. Before we start a siege, there's a couple things we need to check. We want at least 50 days of food so our men can have some proper scram before the big fight. We want at least 100 troops so we have a fighting chance when it comes to storming a castle. And we need a proper strategy plan for defence attacks. But what do I mean by that? When we're sieging a castle, we lock all defenders in, but we leave ourselves exposed from outside parties. We want to make sure that either we have allies to keep the enemy parties busy, or have the faction we're sieging be at war with someone else so we're not their primary target. When we initiate a siege, the enemy faction goes to DEFCON 1 and will immediately come to its defence, so we want them to be occupied with some other armies so we have enough time. Now that we've started, we're in a siege camp. A few things will start to happen. We will first start building the siege camp. We will not be able to build any weapons or siege engines while the siege camp is being made. During this time, the defenders will start building either catapults or ballistas. Catapults will be their main choice, as not only can they wipe out 20 men with just one nicely aimed shot, they can target and destroy siege machines. Ballistas, on the other hand, are better used to pick off attackers, as they can one-shot any troop that is caught lacking and not paying attention to the Gustav cannon's medieval counterpart. Now that we've built the siege camp, we have a few options. We can attack straight away using ladders to scale the walls and having a brutal fight on the ramparts, but that's only for battles where the numbers are even and have stronger troops. I heavily recommend never using the send troops feature for attacking, as the simulated battles are heavily in favour of the defenders. The smart thing to do is to start building. We can construct 3 siege weapons and 2 siege engines. The ballista and catapult are available to us, but the attackers also get one more siege weapon, the trebuchet. The trebuchets are catapults with a strict diet of Tren and Russian horse steroids. Their main use is to destroy the walls of the castle/town so the fight is easier for the attackers. Its other use is to destroy enemy defence weapons, as it deals massive damage and is tanky, but it takes a bit of time to build. The siege weapons aren't the only things we build as attackers. We also have 2 siege engines, the battering ram and the siege tower. The siege tower is the riskier one of the two. 6 units will push a massive tower to one of the 2 main walls. Once it's reached its destination, troops will climb up the tower and start fighting on the walls. This is more effective than standard ladders that come with sieges, as more ladders means more space. The siege weapons aren't the only thing we build as attackers. We also have 2 siege engines, the battering ram and the siege tower. The siege tower is the riskier one of the two. 6 units will push a massive tower to one of the 2 main walls. Once it's reached its destination, troops will climb up the tower and start fighting on the walls. This is more effective than the standard ladders that come with sieges, as more ladders and space means the attackers can group up more easily, giving defenders a hard time to fight on the wall. The downside to the siege tower is its health. It's quite flimsy and will always fall first before the battering ram. The battering ram is the more solid option of the two, taking another 6 men to push it to the main gate and proceed to batter the gate with a massive steel-tipped ram, giving it its name. The reason this is the more solid option is it gives cover to the units pushing it with a roof, and it has significantly more health. If we don't build either of these two and initiate a siege, 2 sets of ladders will spawn at both main walls, and the units will have to climb in single file lines straight to the defenders, and the defenders also have access to poles that can push down the ladders, dooming anyone that climbs it and doesn't reach the top. Now we're on to the final phase, the battle. This will start like any other battle but with a twist. The AI are manually set to follow their own commands and to push any towers or operate siege weapons. The infantry will push the siege weapons and walk in a shield wall behind them, obscuring them with any arrow fire. The archers, on the other hand, will move behind barricades and start shooting at the defenders, giving the advancing infantry an easier time getting to the castle or town. You have 3 options regarding what you will do in this battle. You can match with your units and ensure they make it to the walls with minimum casualties. You can operate siege weapons to smash enemy lines and take out their siege weapons, or you can sit back and watch your units rip people away from their homes, fighting for their family and a cause they believe in, and just to be cut down because you wanted a nice place to store your butter. Once you reach the top of the walls or get past the gate, you will then be shown the true brutality of sieges. It is a fucking mosh pit of death. After the last enemy is defeated or they all retreat, one of 2 things will happen. Either 1, the battle will be done, you'll be free to loot and get everything from the battle, or the enemies will retreat to the keep. I was unfortunate not to be able to record it, but it's pretty much like a hideout. You will just send a bunch of allies into there, or if you're still alive after the battle, you can go in with them, take them out, and then a town or castle is yours. After the battle, the town is now sieged. You can choose to pillage it for more money, or to show mercy to keep the town people happy. If you're planning to keep the city, I recommend going with the show mercy option. Now you have a town, you can do whatever you want with it, or you can go siege another one. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Bannerlord in general. Thanks, and remember to have a good one.